We begin with a story that would have seemed unthinkable not too long ago. Ahmed al-Sharaa, a once notorious jihadist commander and now the president of Syria, walking through the doors of the White House to meet President Donald Trump. Al-Sharaa's visit to Washington marks a turning point not just for Syria but for global diplomacy itself. The man who was once hunted by the United States is now being welcomed as an official guest of honor. His journey to this point is nothing short of extraordinary. In fact, only a year ago he emerged as Syria's new leader following the dramatic fall of the Assad regime. But before his rise to power, he was known to the world by a very different name, Abu Mohammed al-Jolani, the feared commander of the Nusra Front, al-Qaeda's branch in Syria. During the brutal civil war, he was among the most wanted men on the planet, with the United States offering a $10 million bounty for information leading to his capture. Fast forward to 2025, and this same man is now being received in Washington, not as a prisoner, but as a partner. His arrival sparked both fascination and outrage, especially after a viral video showed him casually playing basketball with American military officials shortly after landing in the United States. Critics called it surreal, a symbol of how drastically political tides have shifted. The U.S. once detained him in Iraq and branded him a terrorist, but today his name has been formally removed from the American sanctions list, all ahead of a face-to-face meeting with the president. Trump even praised him recently for doing a very good job.
And I think he's doing a very good job. It's a tough neighborhood, and he's a tough guy, but I got along with him very well, and a lot of progress has been made with Syria. That's a tough one, but a lot of progress has been made. You know, we took the sanctions off at the request of Turkey, at the request of actually Israel.
So why is Washington embracing a man with such a notorious past? For President Trump, Monday's meeting serves three key goals. First, it's a major foreign policy victory ahead of the elections, an opportunity to claim he restored Syria's place in the international fold. Second, it's a geopolitical move to counter Moscow's growing influence in Damascus, especially after al-Sharaa's recent visit with Vladimir Putin, where he pledged to redefine Syria-Russia ties. And third, it feeds Washington's larger Middle East vision, a potential framework for regional peace after the fragile truce between Israel and Hamas. By bringing Syria to the table months after the two leaders met in Saudi Arabia earlier this year, the U.S. aims to weaken Iranian and Russian leverage in the region while strengthening its own network of allies. Al-Sharaa, despite his controversial past, is being seen as a potential bridge. In today's meeting at the White House, the first official visit by a Syrian head of state since the country's independence in 1946, carries immense symbolism. The agenda is wide-ranging, lifting crippling U.S. sanctions, rebuilding Syria's shattered economy, coordinating against ISIS, and perhaps even exploring the first steps toward normalization with Israel. And as the cameras flash in the White House and handshakes are exchanged, one question lingers. Is this the dawn of a new era for Syria and the region, or just another uneasy chapter in the ever-shifting game of Middle Eastern power politics? Only time and the outcome of this meeting will actually tell.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.